morning. I'm here today at the abortion clinic at 659 West Washington. This morning there was more than one woman who went in clutching her belly and bawling. One woman I saw angrily slam the door while her parents dropped her off, but one of them was very visibly pregnant, at least 6 months. And the fact is, we do have information here for them. I meant to grab it first. But there is an organization called Prenatal Partners for Life. When a woman receives a diagnosis, a heartbreaking diagnosis that something tragic is going on with the development of her baby, oftentimes the doctors, when I say oftentimes, I didn't personally experience it. I didn't interview doctors, but I do have friends who went through this. The doctors will suggest that they, quote, terminate the pregnancy. And they don't usually suggest this once. They repeatedly suggest it. I know somebody who went into labor at 21 and a half weeks. They suggested it. So it's not like a little bit of pressure when you're already experiencing trauma in your pregnancy. You're constantly having to say no. It's too much. But some women do decide to terminate the pregnancy when they receive a terrible diagnosis like anencephaly or no kidneys or something horrible that can cause pain or premature death in their child or death soon after birth. And their doctors suggest that it would be the loving and compassionate thing to do to end the pregnancy while the baby's in utero. So here's the thing. That child, it's still a child. It's still a human being. It's at a different developmental stage than somebody who is 90 and experiencing Alzheimer's. It's at a different developmental stage than a child who just came out of the womb. It's at a different developmental stage than a 16-year-old who's still in diapers. But they're all human beings at different developmental stages of their human body. They all have souls. They're all gifts from God. And if you can use that rationale to terminate the life, because it is terminating a life, of someone in utero, the same rationale can be used to terminate the life of someone who is not a functioning, contributing member of society. There are people who have been in comas for years who the doctors have said that it would be the compassionate thing to do to terminate their life or to withdraw food and water, like Terry Schiavo. And there was a man who was in a coma for years who he could hear the doctors telling his family that it would be compassionate to remove his food and water, and it was removed for a while. And he said, it is the most excruciating, painful thing you can do to another human being, to starve them. It causes physical pain. But in his state, it was the legal way to terminate his life. They couldn't inject poison, so they withdrew food because they said he couldn't eat or drink. They withdrew it from the feeding tube. You are still choosing to end the life of someone else. And it might be the doctors pressuring you to do this, but there are alternatives. There's a group, I have the brochure here, called Prenatal Partners for Life that has support groups. It's not necessarily a cure, but it's an emotional way to talk to other parents, to talk to doctors, to find out what support there is before ever making the difficult decision to end the life of your child. Because even if you inject poison into its brain, it's still ending the life of your child, and that rationale can still be used after birth. You can say it's more compassionate for a child or for an adult or for somebody who's dying to terminate their life. And they still have a soul and they still have a right to live. And what would be more compassionate would be to offer the family support and love. Good morning. We have help available for you if you need it. You're not alone in this.
For the ultrasound picture.
Because imagine how alone a mom must feel when she receives an absolutely tragic diagnosis and it's immediately followed up with time to kill it. It's horribly isolating. Even her husband can't understand what she's feeling. She can feel a child kicking inside of her body, and then it's gone. And it's tragic. And she needs support. So rather than pressuring a mom to end the life of her child, please do let her know that there is support available. It's called Prenatal Partners for Life. It's a support group. There's doctors, there's parents, and there's healing. Even if they've already made that choice, there's healing and there's help available to them. There's no judgment from me. There's no judgment from anyone here. But they do need help. And if a parent has made that decision to keep their child when it's special needs, please do go out there and help them and offer them whatever support they need. Maybe it's babysitting their other children. Maybe it's some meals. Maybe it's cleaning their house once in a while. But please let them know they're not alone. All right. Have a blessed weekend.